Um, it's wrong to mass manufacture things that aren't well built and call it a house and then ask for lots of money for it and put people into debt for 15, 20 to 30 years through institutionalized indoctrination, extortion that gives them no meaningful relationship between their spouse and their children or and then it perpetuates. A child arrived just the other day, came to the world in the usual way. There are planes to catch and bills to pay, learn to walk while I was away. And then these kids are just radically dysfunctional. It's well, my family was hard because they went old institutionalization and I wasn't having it. And so I tried to stay away from it, and I didn't want to have to be abused by it and indoctrinated by it. And my family still does that to me, and I can't talk. They're all Americans. You got the First Amendment. I may not agree with what you have to say, but I'll fight to the death for your ability to say it. My family's always, you're going to say that. You can't say that. You're wrong. And I'm always like, you say what you say, and it's wrong. And I tell you can say it, but it's wrong. But you can say it. Go ahead, The moon is made of cheese. There's a magic cloud kingdom that we're going to sell the cheese from or to when I die, and it'll be heaven on earth. Or what? Okay. I'm going to sell this to a comic book store, and then I'm going to become really rich and then go gambling in Las Vegas and pay women for sexuality, but I'll have to put plastic over my penis. Rubber. Oh, okay. Same thing, isn't it? Kind of. And so, it's nuts, right? Wow. Can you imagine Abraham and Jesus sitting there going, wow, this is manifest destiny. This is a Christian nation, right? What? What are they doing over there? That's a gladiator game where they cover each other in plastic and designer clothes and beat the hell out of each other for other people's entertainment, betting make-believe money, which is time over the outcome over the beating the hell out of each other for entertainment. Right. We are gathered here today to say goodbye to Daryl Stingley and Jack Tatum, and Al Davis and John Madden, and every video game that ever pretended to be covered in plastic and designer clothes that made money for us to get the girlfriend experience where condoms are mandatory and perump. My country, 'tis the sweet land of liberty, of the I sing land of the pilgrims ride. I think if you told the programs of what you're doing on a nightly basis to celebrate your bracket winning all the money at the end of the betting to reinvent your football team that got injured out of the game and got back into the game, it's like they would look at you and go, you people are even more batshit crazy than we are. Hester Prynne, help us, right? It's nuts. It's nuts. And then you think people reading the book of Revelation and Daniel and trying to figure it out in the 1800s were nuts. Sinners, all of you. Damn, vampires are showing up again. Right? They're crazy. They're crazy. They're always wearing designer clothes and putting lots of numbers on their plastic cards for hoes and running around and saying, that bitch just wants me because of my money. That's because she's dumb enough to believe that you're as real as me when you're as fake as your money. I'd like to thank the Academy for this award. Okay. Of the I sing, land of the pilgrims ride, land where my fathers died. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. We're not living the Lord's Prayer, you crazy rat shit, bat shit, dirty old twat. 99 assholes tied in the knot. Damn lizard shit, fuck bastards. Seriously. It's a school bus driven by a nun. Driving in LA. God, it's horrible, right? Does anybody else, is there any, it's getting harder and harder to breathe. For what, I have a chance of getting very physical, so watch your step, because if I do, you'll need a miracle. You'll need a miracle. I don't have to get physical. I just have to sit there and say, hey, Steven Seagal, show up and talk to me. You won't? Bruce Willis? Clint Eastwood? Leonardo DiCaprio? You could have gone shopping at Walmart and Loman while you were here. You too, Benicio del Toro. I like baseball. Love basketball? No, I like both, but I was better at basketball than baseball. I don't know about that. They're meaner and try to hurt you more in baseball than basketball. Until, I grew up, and then it's like, what the hell? Chuck Daly just happened. Is that like Michael Gopin? Personal injury where he's, God damn, gonna make settlements for pennies on the dollar. Then what happens? You get locked up in your bathroom in your kitchen for your court appearance by Jerry Reynolds, the owner of the Charlotte or Carolina Panthers. Yeah. Joe told me those stories. Everybody thought he was crazy. No, he had a court appearance, and he had some thugs like on Enough with Jennifer Lopez in Seattle, and they came into his house and they tied him to his kitchen chair, and he got left there. No one went to go look in his house for him when he didn't show up in court for 2 days. I think he, like said, he had to use the bathroom on himself, and dehydrated Phoenix, tied up in your kitchen chair, in your own kitchen, for 2 days till someone came in and found you. It's horrible. Yeah, not a lot of people believe him. I believe him. Yeah, I was in the military. I was at Fort Huachuca. Military people came in. We can program people like we're programming a video game. People will come and talk to you and tell you stuff. I never told them anything. I didn't encourage them to stand up and live the Gospels online. I don't want to be tied up to my kitchen chair and not show up in court and then lose my court case and then not get any money from the NBA until 30 years later when they have a collective bargaining agreement and kick me back $50,000 a year, which, yeah, that's basically what Joe wanted. It was $2,000 a month for the rest of his life was on his contract. And I'm not paying no goddamn nigger $2,000 a month for the rest of his life. Right? And they said it was $200. And then they put it in court and fought it. And because they could afford lawyers that, they had their own law firm. And Joe didn't. Land of the pilgrims tried, ran where my fathers died, from every mountainside, let freedom ring. We are risking our fortunes and our property to have this freedom. We're not living the Lord's Prayer. I thought this was a manifest destiny Christian nation. Pilgrims, oh pilgrims. Pioneers, oh pioneers. Offside and hold it. I'm gonna have to penalize you. Why on the little Mitsubishi or whatever house made out of wood by the American people in America, owned by Mitsubishi, why did you put vents in the closets? They were heater vents. Why do you want to heat the washer and dryer and the pantry? It ain't ever going to get freezing in there. And food in a storage box better when it's at room temperature or cool than hot. Are you trying to cause cancer or something? Why would you want to heat your washer and dryer? It ain't going to get below 32 degrees in there. Things actually do better when they're kind of cool than when they're overheating. What are you thinking? You think they're thinking? I don't know what they were thinking. He kept saying, "Is they what?" I don't know why they have vents going into the closets. Yeah, me either. Now, if they were cooling vents, maybe they're cooling vents. If you had cold air, being able to, you could open and close the vents and put cold air into the washer and dryer so it runs cooler. In your closet with your clothes. Everybody likes putting on a nice, cool pair of summer shorts at a T-top, right? Just kidding around, but I'm like, why are there air conditioner? It's a small home. It's like only it's like 700 square feet or something like that. It's tiny, it's a tiny house, but it has vents inside the closets, and I'm like, I don't understand. Is it a scientific thing that I'm just not understanding real well? I don't know. I don't know why they swallowed the fly. Perhaps they'll die. But you're sitting there watching it going, tiny home, build me a tiny home. I would like to make money advertising these tiny homes and making these videos selling products. So you will have to buy my products and then go to my casinos and take your cruise ships and everybody and have all the hot people going, we're on a cruise ship having mindless sex. We're selling products. We're getting millions of dollars. Going on cruise ships having mindless sex to make millions of dollars for holding products hostage. You're too fat to come on the sexy cruise. You're too stupid to come on the sexy cruise. You have a weird personality. No one wants to have sex with you, but will you make us peanut butter and apple slices and then show no mercy on online video gaming and have a cute little chubby kid and be a tiny little lady? She's really nice. She seems to be. Okay. If she kills everybody online to commit the sin in the mind is the same to commit it in the flesh, what happened? I think she's one of the descendants from Genghis Khan. Tangible. It's tangible. It could be. Man killed a lot of men and fucked a lot of women. It's quite disturbing, isn't it, Captain? Live long and prosper. Okay, do you understand? Hi, I'm Gene Roddenberry's imagination trying to make deals with the devil. Running with the devil. Okay, they're crazy. I know. Trust me, I know. I live here. Boo-doo-doo-boom, ba-doo-ba-doom. We live here. Pat Metheny Group. Okay. To the end of the world. We live here. It's the name of the album. Dwa-da-dee-da. His wife, apparently his wife was brown too. Yeah. Apparently there's a lot of white guys that like jazz that are attracted to brown women. Yeah. Me? She could look like Angie Dickinson. She could look like Kate Hudson. She could look like Nichelle Nichols or Lola Falana. If she was faithful and she walked up to me and said, I love you, it's like, okay, I'm going to need about a year or two to make sure you're 100 proof. You got what I need. But you're 60 and it's been, I understand. I don't plan on going nowhere and I ain't planning on killing myself with Wi-Fi bombardment and chemical poisoning. I'm going for a walk in the woods. I'm going to go for a walk on the beach. Would you like to come? Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Is that a very big bra? I'm more of a butt man myself, but it's cool. No, it's fun. Remember Kelly and Sierra Vista? These are fun. My wife cheats on me with everybody in town. You're just mean. Women are just mean. When was the last time you played with boobies? It's like that whole thing with Jackie Moon, his wife. You got naked pictures of your wife, Jackie? Have you ever slept with your wife? They used to do that to me. You got any naked pictures of your wife? You want some? Yeah, you guys at Fort Huachuca are just fucking hilarious. Thanks. No porn videos with my wife anymore. I did make some, but I deleted them because I didn't want the kids to watch them. What happened? Oh, Yorgev had Amy make them and then put them on her MP3 player, and Natalie used to listen to it. Yeah, I hated it. And then all my Christian family said I was a pervert because I thought it was Jesus and helped the military kidnap the kids and give them back to Amy, who was Stockholm Syndrome raped into the group by Fort Huachuca. You see why women in the army in El Paso commit suicide at alarming rates? Why don't they get up and stand up and tell everybody you're alive? Why don't you? Scientist. Got a Nobel Prize? Richard Dawkins Award. My country, 'tis the sweet land of liberty, of the I sing, land of the Pilgrim's Pride. Land where my fathers died from every mountainside, let freedom ring. We ain't living in the Lord's Prayer yet. We're still stuck in Devante Swing Spacesuit. I knew it! Since we're stuck here, Missy, could you shave your cha-cha and flip it and reverse it? No. Well, I'm superficial, irrational, and stupid. Want to win a singing contest for fuck money. I'm not me anymore. I've lost my mind. I'm living vicariously through people on TV. Okay. I'm going to go in the bathroom and masturbate to it. You're funny. It's hard imitating life. You gotta admit that's funny. Oh shit! I guess you have to be a creepy person in a scientist lab, who's laughing at Marty Feldman by biting him Madeline Kahn's fur. She's anybody else really attracted to Madeline Kahn? Don't you find her like, wow, she's cute. She's got a great sense of humor. Anybody else really attracted to Madeline Kahn? Was it just me? Bernadette Peters, she's cute too. I like Bernadette Peters. Yeah, she was funny. Yeah, but Madeline Kahn, yeah, I really had a thing for, face it, everything below the waist is kaputs. Yeah, yeah. Did anybody else have a crush on Madeline Kahn? No, no, no. Yes, she was so funny and she's so cute and her nice little lips. Yeah, I like even though I've only got one, I like lips. Raquel, she had Ella Fitzgerald lips. Yeah, she was a wonderful kisser. Oh my gosh, she was a really good kisser. Law's good. Law was a good kisser too. Amy and Steffi, yeah, but they never really gave you much. They got you in with passionate kisses and then took them away and tortured you. Yeah, it was horrible. Yeah, military. So NASA sucks. 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 They know they suck. They know they got their kids running around in their t-shirts. You do know your parents work with sexual deviants and perverts that are jealous of living the Messiah because he was born living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer, and they're not. Okay. Nessa sucks. Nessa sucks. Hey, let's put up technical equipment to mindfuck everybody so we're still using money to get them to be a video game. Sims. Nessa sucks. They don't think they do. They know. When you're so brain chemical addicted to your own genius. I'm Stephen Hawking. I'm killing God and replacing God with my ego. And you're like, what? Just because people went through a psychotic break for betraying the Spirit of Jesus and tried to turn the Spirit of Jesus into a possessive pronoun first person that replaces Jesus because they didn't have the kindness, the courage, and the intestinal fortitude to be like Adam, Moses, Jesus, John, Samson, and the others. Doesn't mean that it's okay to flip it and reverse it, kill God and be the same person, and then yell at him and say he's such a crazy magic mythological believer in his money, and you're a scientific crypto Bitcoin Superman's dog from across the galaxy. What? Offside and holding. I'm gonna have to penalize you. I have that on my MP3. Yeah. First down, start cheating on me. Second down, I was too blind to see. Third down, I got to let you go. Fourth down, baby, I've got to let you off. Yeah, backfield in motion. Gonna have to penalize you. I caught them with their backfield in motion. I caught them with their pants down. I got them in the Epstein files. Yeah, old Ronnie. Ronnie had problems with cancer and a lot of stress. I don't know if Ronnie's still with us anymore, but I will always love Ronnie. Yeah, he's my dog. The Brannigan 3 in Lorraine, sweet Lorraine. Yeah, she used to work at the classified whatever things here, and that one time when she sat there and she said, she's such a sweetheart. I love Lorraine so much. She's from New York, she was from Brooklyn, all right. Was she from Brooklyn or I can't? She's from New York though, but her borough was the best, right? It's like she was a character. But she sat there and she said, I worked in the classified things and stuff like that. You know very well that the people in foster care could have, took Natalie into and sexually grooming things and then put her into cult-like conditions and totally just get her in and make her feel like she can't. I don't understand because. I doesn't, it bothers me. What can you do? Anything? They kidnapped the kids. They had sex with Amy on chat rooms and stuff right in front of me. The kids could be around. Natalie was Mrs. Kravitz, see it happening, and I tell her don't judge and don't do it. And so it's not like it's something that Natalie hasn't been exposed to and been manipulated by since before we got to Fort Huachuca by the Vatican, Scientology, and the Quorum of the 12 from the time, before I even married Amy, So they know what's happening. They're Z-Guys movies, Nelson Rockefeller. We know what we're doing 50 years in advance. They follow scientific patterns of connections to people that have been connected through tribalism and sexual reproduction and tribalism. Oh, they can follow it and trace it over more than 10,000 years. The Quorum of the 12, the Quorum of the 12, and the Quorum of the 12. There are no Jewish ancestry in the Kramers of Germany. No Jewish ancestry. Just Barbra Streisand's nose and Jewish peddler for a name. Okay, what kind of wackadoodles would run around with Barbra Streisand's nose using Jewish peddler as a name in Germany with the laws written down to liquidate the assets to cause the... What kind of wackadoodles and nut jobs are my relatives that are no Jewish at all? No Streisand, Shatner, Nimoy, or Sandler in the whole Seinfeld bucket, right? Seriously? Okay. I'm never going to be able to get rid of this Streisand nose. Okay. Yes, you can. Oh, that's right. Yeah, nobody puts baby in a corner. I've had the time of my life. No, I've never felt like this before. Yes, I swear it's the truth, and I owe it all to you, right? It's so funny. I know. Trust me. I know it's funny. Fuck, if Adam Sandler knows who I am, anonymously L.Y. He knows I'm funny. Seth Rogen, Paul Rudd, Jack Black. Who else? Who else is supposed to be funny? Will Ferrell. You're a meanie. You're a meanie. Okay. Will Ferrell knows I'm funny, right? I got that from Will Ferrell. Yeah. He connected to me in meditation and prayer, like Dr. Zodiac on Charlie Chan, and the whole Ralphie bunny suit with Jennifer Lopez clan behind him in bed, poking him in the shoulder, going, "You're a meanie," was all Will Ferrell's idea, and it's exclusive rights and content are you cannot use them ever again except with explicit written consent from Will Ferrell and the Ralphie bunny suits and the coconuts right there. Oh, shut up! Yeah, I connect in prayer to Will Ferrell. He's more scared of me than Ryan Seacrest. Really? Okay. Did you just use the bathroom like Steve Martin on Dirty Rotten Scoundrels? Okay. Remember that? That was funny. I thought it was funny too. Yeah, it was very funny. Did you write that too? Okay. Will Ferrell wrote the script for Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. He couldn't play Steve Martin's character because it was just a little bit beneath. He would not use the bathroom on himself. He never has on any of his movies, and nor would he ever. Who would diminish themselves that lowly just to make a buck, to defecate on oneself in a kitchen chair? Yeah, okay, seriously. That's just taking humor to the point of being a Wayans or something. Deputy Dewey's dick through the head. Never would I ever. Okay. They're real curls. Okay. It's funny. Okay, sorry. It's hilarious. I connect to funny people. One of my favorites is Brian Regan. That's a funny guy, yeah. Mujer, where? Over there. Stops and stare, defecate under. Whoa, man. Yeah, he's a funny kid. Yeah, he's very funny. Anybody else like Brian Regan? I do. Doesn't matter if you do. These are my videos. It's my opinion, my purpose, my mind. I'm speaking it. And if Dolly Parton's not listening, maybe that's why she had to apologize to her Lord. Maybe I offended her with my jokes or something. I had to, no, it wasn't apologize. I had to forgive. Forgive the Lord. Look, Jolene. Okay. Just forgive me of what? When did I ever offend on you? All I ever meant to do was love you. All I ever meant to do was get you to live the Lord's Prayer. You laughed and played a game you're now regretting. I'm not regretting it. I didn't play. Lord's Prayer! Lord's Prayer! Ever since I've been on social media. You'll kill people for money, and I won't. And you say I have no discipline? What the hell's wrong with you people? You're batshit crazy. Yes, they are. It's obvious, man. If they could self-correct, they would. That's what... Dear Lord, save us and our children from our sin. Your taxpayer dollars and your top psychotic tech for taxpayer dollars makes it real hard to clean up your sin and save you and your children from your sin. Maybe you'll win American Idol. Maybe you'll win in the crap table at the casino. He's passed away. Oh, has he? Yeah. Buddy's dad passed away. He's no longer in the casino with John Legend and Fergie's husband. That was a long time ago. That was 20 years, a galaxy far, far away. That no longer exists except for on Space Ghost reruns on Tubi and Roku and Plex and those other ones that are you can only pay money to watch ours. You only need we never show anything for free. Everything requires money here. We are HBO Max, Disney, and Hulu. Fuck you too. Okay, just make it all part of public domain. Some of it you should just go and say, you ever want to watch that again? Don't know how not to go back there again. What do you just go garden and love your wife? And the kids, never forget to love the kids. The kids are wonderful. So garden, hike, and love the wife, and exercise every day, each and every day. If the doctor said it's good for your heart, you bet you went away. It could be problematic if you live near the freeway. So limit your activities if you're in a disgusting place to try to just keep as, survive, stop, eliminate, abuse, recover. If you live in Malibu, get up and exercise 40 minutes a day, like you're getting sweetbread from Charlie Clark Nissan, right? Okay. At 112, hey, it's a Chihuahua. Beverly Hills, Chihuahua? Still a little bit more polluted than it is up in Cal San Luis Obispo or Santa Barbara. There you go. Go Gauchos. Okay. Love you guys. Peace out, man.